Welcome to round 26 of NPL Victoria, the final round for the 2019 season. My name is Bryce Ruth, and we have got a big clash on our hands here between Altona Magic and Pascoe. One side has their fate in their hands already sealed. They'll be in the NPL next year in Altona Magic. The other, they are fighting for their lives this afternoon here at Paisley Park in Pascoe. We've got all games on at the same time, so we'll keep you up to date with all the scores as they come to hand, all with a 3 p.m. kickoff. So they'll all be on as we are here from Paisley Park. We'll go through the lineups right now, and starting with the away side. Number 1, Nick Feely. Number 12, Nick Georgopoulos. Number 9, Dimi Hatzimaradis. Number 4, Matthew Hennessy. Number 13, Asen Isaac. Number 22, Joshua Kellick. Number 23, Daniel Leck. Number 18, Jonathan Munez. Number 15, Muhammad Rahini. Number 2, Adrian Talarico. And number 3, Jonathan Zakurtis. On the bench for Pascoe, number 10, Jesse Barber. Number 25, Luke Galvis. Number 7, Jesse Matthews. And number 20, Deng Shane. For the home side, a couple of changes. In goals, number 21, Shane Vidakangas. Number 2, Liram Elmazi. Number 23, Dane Milovanovic. Number 19, Sammy Noor. Number 14, David Trajanowski. Number 24, Michael Lee. Number 8, Robert Stambolziev. Number 10, John McShane. Number 20, Sam Mitchinson. Number 15, Kwabini Bahini. Number 13, Davor Trifonov. On the bench, number 40, Rory Curran. Number 36, George Murray. Number 27, Anthony Neferoski. And also, we've got, that's the bench. You may notice too that the Altona Magic skipper Troy Ruth, and he is on 5 yellow cards, so misses today's match. So a bit of a different lineup through the middle of the park as we see Milovanovic look down the line for Bahini. Looking to get in Trajanowski nice and early. Doing well to hold up in the byline and gets out-muscled. Assistant referee waves play on. And Pascoe just happy to clear their lines, and Michael Lee ends up with it, but can't quite get it under control, and Pascoe had the chance for an early counter-attack here. Some room to move here in the middle of the park. Nice little 1-2. Just doing well here to keep the ball through Rahini. Keeping a shot again on a cheap turnover, but the Altona Magic players just caught flat-footed here, and it works into their favour for Pascoe. Nice little touch on the inside and an early strike. Elmazi blocks that one. And a second attempt at the cherry from the edge of the 18-yard box goes out for an Altona Magic goal kick. As you said at the top of the broadcast too, Pascoe, they are fighting to keep any slim chances that they have left of remaining in the NPL for next season alive this afternoon. They've got to rely on some other results to go their way as well. If you haven't had a look at the NPL table as of yet, we've got 3 sides currently in the danger zone. Altona just above it. They're well and truly clear even with a loss today, but Pascoe, they need all 3 points to come equal with Dandenong Thunder. They need the Thunder to go down to Melbourne Knights at Daclin Stadium this afternoon. As it stands, Dandy Thunder currently in that playoff spot, and Pascoe going down to Sammy Noor has a strike, ends up in the car park. Pascoe have been in the NPL for a number of years now, so seeing them relegated would be quite a big shock, considering their mid-season form where they were about just below mid-table. They'll be wanting to put in a good performance here today and hope that some other results do fall in their favour. They're going to have to do it the hard way though, Pascoe. They are missing their leading marksman. He did leave a couple of weeks ago now, Davey Van Schip. He had 8 goals in 17 games, a good turnover. They still got Dimi Hatzimaradis. He's had 4 in 22. And Philippe Bernabeu Madrid, 4 in 20 games. He's also missing today. So they're going to need some inspiration from somewhere on the park if they're going to get a favourable scoreline. Altona Magic 2 looking for goal scorers of their own. Troy Ruthven, the captain, suspended today. He's their leading goal scorer with 7 in 25 games. And Daniel Kaczynski, not on the team sheet today as well, 4 in 21 games. But Robert Stambolziev has had 3 in 16. Known as more of an assist king in the Magic lineup. Obviously has had A-League experience with Sydney FC. Played overseas as well, so they'll be looking for Stan Bolsiev today to add some goals in. Plus, can't forget to John McShane. Since coming back from injury, he's been getting fitter as the weeks go on. But unfortunately, today will be his last game for the campaign, and he'll be looking to really make a mark and take in some good forms next season. They are also, too, playing the Altona Magic Western United this Thursday night up at Caroline Springs. So they've still got something to play for. Pascoe with a chance here on the edge of the box. Hatzimiratis looking to get some space and tries to shape the ball but can't quite get it. It's a flat pass and it goes out for a goal kick in the end. And Shane Vitakangas will be all over this one. If you are watching through the live stream as well, let us know who you're supporting, where you're watching from, maybe even your thoughts on the game. Can Pascoe get the much-needed 3 points today and get a win and have other results fall in their favour? Or will Altona Magic end the season on a high at home? Their home form of late hasn't been the greatest. They did come off a loss last week, 2-0 away to South Melbourne at Lakeside Stadium. On the other hand, Pascoe did have a 2-1 loss to Oakley at CB Smith Reserve, a very tight game. Oakley Cannons, as we all know, in a bit of form at the moment, and they'll be in finals action next weekend as we see Bahini just try and clear the ball and it goes central. El Marzi looking for Trajanowski. The youngster just trying to lock it in, and Bahini comes off his left heel and it will go out for a Pascoe throw in just below our commentary box here. Rahini just looking to settle things down here. Sammy Noor looking for that intercept, just can't quite find it. Will be interesting to see what these two sides did learn from each other back in round 13. It was a Friday night at CB Smith Reserve where Pascoe raced out to a 4-0 lead in the first 25 minutes. Ended up winning on the night 5-2 over the more fancied Altona Magic at the time. They were in a bit of form themselves and didn't work out as Michael Lee plays the ball in for Sammy Noor. Pascoe just looking to play it out through the back there. And Rahini just looking for options. Former Sydney United player coming down south this year. There's some room on the edge of the box here, and Vitakangas made to work with an early save. Good shot there from the youngster. Pascoe just looking to try and keep the ball towards the back there and force to go long. Hatzimiratis locked in the battle with El Marzi. That'll be one to watch across the afternoon. Of course, Hatzimiratis has been with the Bentley Greens the last couple of years. Oakley Cannons as well, and this year making a switch across to Pascoe. Probably hasn't worked out quite as planned for him. He's one of the more experienced players in this Pascoe lineup, having had plenty of finals experience in the NPL. Definitely someone I'll be looking for to get on the score sheet today. Mitchinson. Just looking to keep the ball in the middle of the park here, Altona. And they go searching, but it ends up in the safe hands of the goalkeeper. And Pascoe with a bit of space on that right-hand side. Looking for Hatzimiratis. Rahini finds some space, looks to get it again on the edge of the box. He does find it. He'll try and get a strike off, but Larry Malmarzi up to the task. But the Magic do turn it over quite cheaply there. The ball comes into the back post, looking for Hatzimiratis. Gets ahead in it, but just not directed where he would like it to go. And Bahini has a chance to break down this right-hand side. Pascoe happy just to deal with that one and put it out. If you've been keeping it on the Pascoe social media pages over the course of the week too, definitely trying to get a lot of support behind them for today's clash. Even noticed that they were on the training park yesterday trying to get some little things worked on before today's clash. It's do or die for them, as I said at the start of the broadcast. Hatzimiratis. Lee working with Stambolziev. And Pascoe do well to break, and Georgopoulos has some room on the ball here. And he finds a space with a nice little ball through the centre of the park. And Elmazi very strong at the back there. Pascoe just happy to keep the ball. They are chasing a result, but they're still happy to try and keep it where possible. And a free kick called there for Pascoe. A real festival of football here today at Paisley Park as well. All the juniors for the Magic taking on all the juniors from Pascoe as well. And we've got the women on the field behind the grandstand side over there. So plenty of action here for football fans in Altona. Gordon Lozanovsky in the Magic bench looking for a bit of pressure up front. Milovanovic and Michael Lee, they work well together to spread the ball nice and quick with some pace. Out to Saminor. Looks to unleash a shot. It is blocked, but Stambolziev does get on it. Gets his shot cut off as well. He's forced to go wide. And the Magic will win themselves a corner. All players bar two in the box for the Magic. Stambolziev will put this ball in. Goes in for the front post. And finds ahead of Pascoe, and they'll win themselves another corner on this near touch line. Don't forget you can get your comments coming through the Facebook live stream as well. If you're watching through YouTube, jump on your phone or computer. Let us know your thoughts on the game, maybe even a score prediction as well. Stambolziev just ignoring that short option and sends the ball in to the penalty spot. Misses Milovanovic. And Michael Lee has a strike on his left foot but puts it into the back car park. Nick Feely just looking for a short option here in the Pascoe goals. Altona have set up well here with a forward press. He's going to be forced to go long here. He ignores and decides to go short, and there's a bit of pressure instantly. And they do well, Pascoe, just to elude that pressure. They try and send the ball long, but Sam Mitchinson's up to the task. Gives him the chance to go forward. He has bagged himself 3 goals this year in 25 games, so for someone that's been playing, it's a bit of a utility in the Altona Magic lineup this year. He's done quite well to get in the score sheet a few times. A free kick called here on this near touch line. Josh Kellich just going to ground there in front of the assistant referee. There's a slight breeze here too coming off the bay at Paisley Park, favouring Pascoe this first half. So I want to try and look to use that to some positive effect. As we see Stambolziev with a chance to shoot here on the edge, and he does get a strike away, but pretty tame in the end and falls into the hands of Nick Feely. Some room to move through the middle here, and Hatzimiratis looking for that ball, just can't quite find the same run as the ball. Ends up with a Pascoe throw-in. It's a good temperature to be playing football here, actually, this afternoon. About 12 degrees at the moment. It was quite warm and sunny yesterday. This morning, quite similar as well, but the clouds have come over the Savo and makes it some easy conditions to play in for all players out in the park. Raheny puts the ball across. Can't quite find one of his fellow men. Stan Bolsiev heads on to Sammy Noor, working well together. And the pass will come off Stan Bolsiev's shin, and Raheny will have a chance to go forward here. Stan Bolsiev in some space, looking for a great ball for McShane, but he's been called offside, and regardless, McShane didn't put it in the back of the net, so it wouldn't have counted either way. But some positive signs there from the Magic. Looking to try and seal the fate of Pascoe nice and early if they can. Compared to other NPL sides out and about this weekend, Pascoe definitely have one of the younger in the league at the moment. Some strong bit of play there from Trajanovski on Raheny. He goes to ground, just a slip of the foot there. It's a bit of a slippery surface here. Did see some overnight rain. And the ball will go wide again. Looking for an early ball in. It's blocked by Mitchinson, and now we've got some time on the edge here. And a ball there from nothing, but good to see Pascoe trying to get into some positive areas. They've got a lot to play for today. Haven't thrown in the towel just yet. McShane tries to flick that on. Finds Stan Bolsiev, who does very well to bring that down. And the referee's just holding play here for a second. Just wants to have a word to the centre-back for Pascoe. Just Ishak and McShane, a bit of an early contest. And Milanovic is found in space, and they've got some room to go forward here down his right-hand side, Altona. They do so. Trajanovski is trying to get in again, and Pascoe do well to break down that attack. Not too much movement in front of Raheny. He's only got the one option, and he does use it. Trajanovski just trying to go across the face of the 18-yard. Throws his body weight around. And Pascoe just whack it into their own player. And they turn the ball over deep in their defensive half. The one positive thing for Pascoe today, if they do manage to get the 3 points and they end up on the same points as Dandy Thunder, they've actually got a bit of goal difference. So the cards are in the favour of Pascoe if they do get the win, and Melbourne Knights do defeat Dandy Thunder at Dacklin Stadium. Kingston City, they've also got a very tough trip up to Hume this afternoon at ABD Stadium as well. So Pascoe have got the best goal difference out of the three sides in the relegation zone at the moment. Stan Bolsiev looks to unleash a shot. Falls safely into the hands of Phelan. And as I say, Kingston have a better goal difference at the moment. 18th minute at ABD Stadium. Kingston City are currently up 1-0 over Hume City. We've also got Dandy City up 1-0 in the 18th minute over Port Melbourne across the West Gate from us here at Paisley Park. So at the moment, Kingston City in a favourable position. A win will seal their fate as well. So three sides looking for that elusive 3 points today to keep them in the top flight for next year. Raheny finds Georgopoulos and Hatzimaratis. Goes to the top right and unfortunately puts it to the right-hand side. Chance to take an early 1-0 lead here for the away side. We've got another goal too around the grounds. Oakley Cannons have gone up 1-0 over Green Gully as well. So we've got all the action happening this afternoon. Heidelberg, they've just got up a goal as well at Lakeside Stadium. They're, of course, fighting out for the minor premiership. The traditional derby at Lakeside Stadium. It's 1-0 in favour of the Burgers over South in the 19th minute. Pascoe just finding their space nice and easy here. And Raheny has a chance to get around Almazi and turns the ball over. And now Sammy Nor's got the chance to break. He's looking for an option in front. He's got Trajanowski. Brings him into play now. And finds Bahini. Works in well with Michael Lee. And Stan Bolsiev links up with McShane. Just decide to settle it down, and Michael Lee's got some space. Just plays in a soft pass to Trajanowski. Just a bit of a breakdown in the attack here at the moment for Altona. They're getting in good positions, but just can't quite find that final pass where it matters. Raheny, he's got the chance to break here, looking for a ball through there, but gets cut out by Almazi, who decides to go forward. Sitting on 9 yellow cards for the season. If he does pick up his 10th today, it will carry over for next season for Liram Almazi, so he'll be on his best behaviour today. Michael Lee doing his defensive duties in place of Troy Ruthven. Now he finds Stan Bolsiev with a bit of space to move. Hasn't really got too many boys in front of him. Goes to ground a strong challenge and a good bit of defensive work there from Pascoe. Pascoe just going to break down this right-hand side again. Raheny unleashes a strike, and it's touched off by Shane Vidakangas. A decent strike there from Mohamed Raheny. He'll earn his side a corner. Not the biggest attendance of the year so far at Paisley Park. Obviously, the home side not in finals contention. The away side fighting for their life. Probably about 250, 300 people here. And Pascoe go to the edge of the box, and Raheny with a strike. It's worked out well, but Altona trying to clear their lines, and Hatzmaratis will find it on the edge of the 18. The ball will go into the back post. Michael Lee just clears it out. And they got the chance in. They'll have a strike and completely mishits it, and it'll end up in the hands of Shane Vidakangas. He'll send it long looking for Sammy Nor. Calls of handball from the Altona bench. Waved away by the referee. Probably have to agree with him on that occasion. Pascoe just happy to keep the ball in the middle of the park. Sammy Mitchinson on the ball, just trying to hold it up. Michael Lee looks to help out. Now Marzi will be forced to go long. Raheny gets a small little touch. It's worked out well. And Sammy Nor, the smart bit of play, just to hold it up, invite some numbers forward, and they do go to the left-hand side. John McShane out of position. Just looking to find some space. And Mitchinson will now look for a forward run. And there's a bit of a disagreement here between Sammy Mitchinson and the Pascoe player. I understand Pascoe having some frustrations. They've got a lot on the line today. And it'll be Daniel Leck getting a talking to from the referee, Sam Mitchinson as well. Good spot for the spectators to listen in to the referee, have a couple of words to both players. Can add their 2 cents as well. And Sammy Mitchinson will throw it in. And the Altona Magic plays again, looking towards Daniel like the spectators too. John McShane just can't quite bring that down, and he goes in with a strong challenge, and the referee will pull that one up. Pascoe not looking to use the wind that they've got behind them at the moment, looking to keep everything short, playing out of the back. And I'll try and find Hatzmaratis here, but Milovanovic will try and shield this out, and he does very well to give his side a goal kick. And Shane Vidakangas will play this out quickly from the back to Michael Lee. You'll find Bahini. Happy to keep it there. And they got a bit of pressure from Hatzmaratis. Really working as that sole striker. And Dalmazi does well there to elude his attacker and turns the ball over straight away once he does so. Some very strong play there from Elmazi, but the referee will pull that up for a Pascoe throw-in. Georgopoulos on the edge of the box. He'll have a strike and it'll go to the left-hand side, and it will take a deflection. We'll go out for a Pascoe Vale corner. Another chance to make a dent on the scoreboard. And the Pascoe players really in no rush today. They could see signs of maybe one goal and then really sitting back and trying to hold this lead. They have leaked a couple of goals in recent weeks. And the ball will come in and it'll find the hands of the 6'7" Shane Vidakangas in his own 6-yard line. Bahini, nice play there, and the ball goes wide to Sammy Noor. He's in offside position, so he does leave it. Pascoe will just try and play it out again from the back. Not reverting to this long ball. Rahini rides the challenge of Milovanovic and does well just to settle things again. Altona doing quite well here just to block the passing lanes. Talarico, the captain at right back, urging his boys to look for a forward option. And Bahini will pick that one up in his attacking half, and they'll go wide through Trajanowski. He'll try and take it down to the byline and gets the ball across, but no one at the front post there for the Magic. Doesn't matter because it comes straight out to Michael Lee. And Trajanowski, just with a rash touch there, it works in the favour of the Magic. And the youngster getting a rare start this afternoon does go to ground. And the Magic just with a cheap turnover there on the free kick. And Goran Loznovsky not too happy with his boys, just a couple of cheap turnovers in some good positions. Trajanowski does want to get the ball down. He finds McShane and he'll find Stambolsi who leaves it. And Robert Stambolsi just trying to get onto his left foot. He'll find some space. Trifonov finds Bahini who goes long. And Nick Philly will come out and collect this one. As the sun comes down on Paisley Park. And the temperature rises probably an extra 2 degrees, which is Not bad from the scaffolding tower at Altona. Milovanovic. McShane just with trying to get a flick on the handstand bowls if not on the same page. Sammy Noor doing well with some defensive duties. And a lot of movement there in the middle from Pascoe. Opened up a little bit of space for him. Muniz trying to get on the ball as much as possible. One of the more experienced players in the Pascoe lineup, and John McShane will do well just to get the scraps here. And he'll send the ball wide, looking for Trajanowski. He'll whip the ball across. McShane takes a heavy touch. It works in the favour of Stambolziev. Force go back to Trifonov. And Michael Lee dummies it and does well. Trajanowski will have a strike on his left, and he'll go from the near post to Nick Feely with a great save down to his left-hand side. Altona Magic will have a corner down next to their substitutes warming up. About 24 minutes played here at Paisley Park. As you said, round 26 is the final round of the regular season. We hit finals next weekend. Even the final spots aren't all locked in as it stands. And there's a great ball in from Stambolziev. And Milovanovic will get the last touch on there off the head. And we'll go out for a goal kick. And just taking a look around the grounds at the moment, we've had a massive update from ABD Stadium. Hume City currently down 4-0 to Kingston City. So Kingston City, they've definitely shown up to play this afternoon. And Danny Thunder, they've gone up 1-0. In the 32nd minute over Melbourne Knights. So as it stands, Pascoe, even if they do get the win today, they will be down in NPL 2 next season. There's Raheny. Sends the ball left, looking for Georgopoulos, who does well to get around El Mazi. And Bahini will break away. And he'll find Stambolziev in the middle. Great ball from Bahini, looking for John McShane. Does well to hold it up. We've also got news of a red card coming out of Oakley and Green Gully. Green Gully down a man. So we have to play 70 minutes with 10 men. Not what you want when you're fighting for a spot in the finals. Over at Kingston Heath as well, Bentley Green's currently down 2-0. Avondale, they're up. Obviously, if they get the win today and Heidelberg get a draw or drop 3 points altogether, they will take out the minor premiership for 2019. You might recall too, at one stage in the season, they were 10 points clear on top of the ladder. So they've seen some ill form over the last 2 months, but they still have a chance to take out the top spot. And also that spot too in the national NPL finals as well. Stambolziev. Muniz just looks to settle it down. He does well there. Just to send it out to Tallarico. The skipper has a chance to go forward. And a poor pass there from Pascoe. It's worked out well in the end though. Muniz does the legwork just to regather. And Raheny turns it over straight to the feet of Sammy Noor. And Trifonov goes to ground and the referee awards a free kick. And El Mazi will go all the way back to Vitakangas. With a great clearance, finds Trifonov. And we'll spread the ball out wide. Bahini's got some room going forward. He'll find the edge of the 18-yard box and whip a ball in behind. Stambolsiev caught flat-footed. And a good bit of play from the youngster in the middle of the park. Find Daniel Leck. Chance getting behind here and a great ball in. Rahini out-muscled by Bahini. And the Bahini again will get the chance to break down this right-hand side. A lot of gaps opening up down this near channel for Altona to exploit. And the ball goes high looking for Stambolsiev, and he'll take the last touch, and it will be a goal kick for Nick Feely. Talarico finds Muniz. He'll go looking. And Seminole will end up with this. Can use Michael Lee, and he'll try and find some space, but he's forced to slow it down to Trifonov. And some good forward pressure here from Pascoe, forcing Elmazi out of an unusual position, and he has to force the ball long, and it ends up in the hands of Nick Feely. And there's signs of that win, just collecting the ball and just sending it straight to Vitakangas, who can release earlier down this right-hand side again. Pascoe definitely leaving their left-hand side open to be exploited, and the Magic are trying to use that as much as possible. And McShane goes to ground there with a challenge from Rahini. It's a bit of a late challenge there. Players asking for a yellow card, but the referee handling the situation well, just to calm things down. And they've got a lot of room here on this right-hand side with Michael Lee. He'll try and get the ball in, and the ball's just sent out wide from Pascoe. Bahini will look for Trajanowski. Has seen a fair bit of game time in the back end of the season. The Magic are missing some of their bigger name players. Troy Ruthven, Kaczynski, McGarry, the regular keeper Daniel Collinson. There is a fair bit of talent on the sidelines this afternoon for the Magic. And Trajanowski will work well with Bahini. And Pascoe will get a throw in front of the dugout for the Magic. Game just seems to hit a little bit of a lull. Players just going through the motions here. Not much more than pride in the line for the Magic, but for Pascoe, they've got a lot to play for. And Trajanowski will work well with Trifonov. You'll find Stambolsiev. And some great defending at the back there from Pascoe, just to outmuscle Stambolsiev. And the ball will go long, and Georgopoulos will hold this one up. And he does very well. And the ball will go wide again. Daniel Leck, love a strike, and cries of cheers from the Pascoe bench. But it'll be to no avail as just a goal kick in favour of Altona Magic. Good bit of play there from Pascoe, showing some signs of attacking prowess. And Mitchinson will look to go forward. He'll find Sammy Noor. Has a lazy pass there and just turns the ball over a bit too cheaply. Tallarico. Does very well there. And Georgiopoulos will look for that ball again and just can't quite keep it in. It will end up in a goal kick. And again, Vidakangas will use this right-hand channel. A lot of space. I'm not too sure what's happening with Pascoe's left-hand side, but it's definitely something you're going to have to tweak at half-time. Bahini goes on a run and just turns the ball over. He's now caught out of position. Raheny. Just happy to settle things down in the middle of the park. And a great finding ball for Georgiopoulos. Just can't quite get his touch right. Michael Lee will send that ball out for a Pascoe throw-in. Milovanovic. Send it wide to McShane, who's out in the right flank. He'll look to get it in behind and can't quite meet the pass from Bahini. McShane. He'll find Trifonov. And Elmazi will send it out to Sam Mitchinson. Good bit of play there from Elmazi. Continue his run forward and he'll regather the ball. And he'll fix his first touch and send the ball in. Michael will just look to settle things again. And Trifonov will send it back to Sam Mitchinson. And a slip there from Trajanowski, swapped flanks. And Sam Mitchinson, very strong challenge, and this time he will go into the referee's notebook with a yellow card. Pascoe players not too happy with that challenge. Has been kept in the close attention of the referee in the last 10 minutes, and some of the Altona players not too happy with the Pascoe players getting involved. Referee's doing well there just to settle things down. And Pascoe will send some numbers forward as the referee just gets the notebook sorted. It'll be Tallarico. We're going to play this one short again. They sent numbers forward here, Pascoe, so probably not the smartest move because they've just turned it over. Now they're outnumbered at the back. And Stan Bowlesy will have a chance to invite some players in. You'll find Michael Lee. Does well to just send it back to Sam Mitchinson. Few jeers from the crowd on Sam Mitchinson after that challenge. And Milovanovic go wide to Bahini. Trajanowski just looking to get the ball under wraps. Gets around his defender. And he'll win his side a corner on his near touch line. Just over 30 minutes gone at Paisley Park. Still locked at 0-0. Stan Bowlesy will get ready to put this one in to the box again. He does so, looking for that near post. And he'll find Michael Lee, who will have a strike. But Pascoe will just clear that one out. Come out to Elmazi at halfway. He'll send the ball back to Stan Bowlesy. He finds Michael Lee with tons of space. He whips his ball in, looking for the back post. Trying to find the Scotsman, John McShane. Sam Mitchinson still getting jeers from the sideline after that challenge a couple of minutes ago. As Milanovic has stayed high here and he goes to the ground. Referee waves it away. Not too happy with that call. And Pascoe will have the chance to break forward here. They send it out wide to Raheny. He's got a bit of space. Looking to invite in Hatzimaradis, who's got some room to move, and he'll have a strike, and it will go in for a goal in the 32nd minute. Pascoe, they go up 1-0, courtesy of Dimi Hatzimaradis. And there's some off-the-ball play with Dane Milanovic and some other Pascoe players too in the middle of the park as they go to celebrate. Milanovic obviously not too happy, but he was caught out of position when the referee did not award the penalty, and he's actually cost his side a goal. And it will be the away side, Pascoe up 1-0. So all three sides, as it stands, in the relegation zone, currently in the lead. Kingston City, obviously, with a favourable 4-0 lead over Hume City. But Pascoe definitely trying to seal their own fate by getting a win here. They will need results to go their own way. And Samino will win his side, a throw-in on his near touchline. We've got 2 minutes of stoppage time. Great time to get a goal just before the half-time break. No, so not long. I want to go into the sheds with a 1-0 lead. Trifonov, happy to settle things down. Milovanovic sends to Sam Mitchinson, who takes a heavy touch. He'll shy away from a challenge, sitting on the yellow card. And Raheny will send the ball wide. Muniz, he'll have a strike from distance. Takes a little bobble in the 10-yard box, but Vitakangas with some safe hands. Pascoe dropping plenty of numbers behind the ball now. Trying to hold on to this lead going into the half-time break. No doubt they'll have word of what's happening around the grounds. Bahini. We'll use Michaeline Fulton. We'll go out for a throw-in. Michael Lee working in well with Stambolziev, now Bahini. Find Trifonov. Looks to force the ball into the box. And Talarico, who have the flapping armband on the left arm. He won't matter because he's got some room to move. And Hatzimaradis again, he's been called offside. Vitakangas up to the task, but a great bit of play there from Pascoe. Looking for a second before the half-time break. And that will be the half-time whistle from Paisley Park. The away side currently sitting on the bottom of the ladder looking to save their campaign. Do lead the home side, Altona Magic 1-0. Courtesy of a late goal in the first half to Dimi Hatzimaradis. We'll take a short break for about 15 minutes and we'll be back for round 26 of NPL Victoria action, live from Paisley Park. Welcome back to Paisley Park, round 26 action in the NPL Victoria, the final round of the 2019 season. Bryce Ruthven in this afternoon with you, and Pascoe, they currently hold a 1-0 lead over the home side Altona Magic. It's a pretty cagey first half. If you've just joined us, Pascoe need nothing but 3 points to have any hope of a slim chance of remaining in the top flight next year. If you haven't noticed on the other games scores at the moment, Kingston City, they turned it on for a 10-minute period and put 4 goals past Hume City away from home as well. The other side in the relegation battle, Dandy Thunder, they currently lead Melbourne Knights 2-0 in the 48th minute. So they're looking to basically seal their spot in the promotion relegation playoff against one of the sides from NPL 2 East and West. The NPL 2, that is hotly contested, particularly in the West. We've got about 4 sides still in contention to take out automatic promotion. And the promotion spot well and truly up for grabs as well as the second half kicks off. Other scores from around the grounds, you've got Heidelberg. They have one hand on the trophy at half-time with a 2-0 lead away from home at Lakeside Stadium against their traditional rivals. Dandy City away from home are up 2-0. Oakley Cannons lead Green Gully 1-0. Green Gully have a red card in the first half, so they've got 10 men. The Melbourne Knights, as I said, they're down 2-0 at Dackland Stadium to Dandy Thunder. And Avondale, they are looking at getting a home final next week. They hold a 2-0 lead over the Bentley Greens. So plenty of games going on. All the action, as it always is every year. All at the same time. And Daniel Leck, the former Brisbane Roar youth player, looking to add some spark to his team. Ball goes wide, and Hatzmaradis in a great spot, and he'll go for a finish, and it will be a second goal for Dimitri Hatzmaradis, 2-0 to Pascoe, with only not even 2 minutes played yet, and that man has a brace, and he's the experienced marksman in this Pascoe lineup, and they're definitely looking at him for goals today at Paisley Park, and a great bit of play there from Pascoe. They've definitely seen the scores at half-time from around the grounds, and they know they have to really turn it on this half, and now Altona Magic, they just come out flat. And maybe you could even say have checked out for the season. They can't go any lower than where they are at the moment. If they get a win, they can finish as high as 9th, if results go their way. But as it stands, they've got a bit of a hill to climb, even at home. And that ball just a bit too far gone for Trajanowski on the far side. Don't forget, if you are watching through the Facebook Live platform or, of course, YouTube, you can get your comments coming through. Let us know where you are watching from, your score predictions, thoughts on the game so far. Comments coming through from Ed, another fellow commentator. What's the half-time meal? Everyone knows when you come to Paisley Park, you get a Javapi roll. And there's plenty of them on the barbie today. A real festival of football here at Paisley Park. From 9 a.m, they've had all the juniors, Altona versus Pascoe, and there's a chance here for Georgopoulos. But he can't get forced to come out. And the right back just takes it out for Pascoe. All the juniors now, currently the women, they're playing on the backfield behind the grandstand side. And Daniel Leck will have a chance to go forward here. Good little touch on Hatzmaradis, but he's in an offside position. And Daniel Leck just with a little chip flick. The goal coaster looking to try and add something to his side's attacking prowess when they do go forward. They've looked the more dangerous out of the two sides in this second half. And Sam Mitchinson just holds the ball up. And Michael Lee will find John McShane. And the two of them can't quite link up together. And Talarico, the captain, he'll find Rahini. Come all the way back. And Georgopoulos will just try and settle things down. Got some room on this right-hand side if they can find it. Muniz will try and find it. Here we go. Sends it out wide and he'll put it out almost at the commentary tower. Probably not the pass he was looking for. Raheny. Let's go all the way back to Feely. Pass finds the left back and goes to ground. Referee waves it away. And Michael Lee just trying to find John McShane. The ball comes out wide to Sammy Noy. He's got some space. Gets around Tellerico and has a strike. A great save from Feely. Still not over. And Elmazi up in the unusual position of centre forward. And a great touch there from Georgopoulos. He'll find Raheny. He's got Daniel Leck on his right-hand side. And Leck will whip the ball. He'll try and get the ball in. Raheny will take the space. Clever bit of play there. Nice little touch. But the follow-up work can't quite match the lead-up. McShane. Use Trajanowski. Baheny. Finds Sammy Noor. And Trifonov can't quite meet that pass. But Sammy Noor forced to do the legwork and the defensive duties. Stan Bolziev. Fakes a pass and does well to find Sammy Mitchinson, but he won't be able to get on the end of that pass there from his left back. If you have just joined the live stream, Altona do have a bit of a tailwind behind them this second half. Pascoe didn't really use it too much to effect in the first half. Tried to keep everything short. And Tallarico will do the same here again. Raheny will send it wide. A very young Pascoe team out today. Trying to save the club's future in the NPL top flight. And Daniel Leck will try and get on the end of this one. Queenslander can't quite find it. And Georgopoulos. Great second ball. And it will end up at the feet of Shaman Kangas for a goal kick. Pascoe really trying to get Jesse Matthews involved on this right-hand side. Bit of a different approach to the first half, and Georgopoulos does well. Goes down with a slight nick, and Liam Elmazi, sitting on 9 yellow cards for the season, won't want to get his 10th in the final game. The referee does award a free kick in a very good spot for a set-piece taker like Dimi Hatzmaradis going for a hat-trick. Daniel Leck over this one as well. Does look like it will be the former Brisbane Roar youth product. Just trying to find that right blade of grass. A 5-man wall. Daniel Leck will go for that top right, and he hits the crossbar with a great shaped free kick. Unfortunately for the youngster, he'll just go out for a goal kick, but a nice set piece there from Daniel Leck. Has looked dangerous since the half-time break, looking to get a lot more involved in the first half. Kangas will come all the way across to his left-hand side, and he'll send the ball too far forward for Sam Mitchinson. Tallarico just looking to force that pass there. And Delmazi goes for a searching run, trying to find John McShane, not known for his pace, and does bring Tallarico to ground. And it will be a free kick to Pascoe. And plenty of space across the back here for Pascoe just to go forward at their own leisure. Not too much forward pressure from Altona. And Raheny with a slight slip on his feet. And a good touch there from Sam Mitchinson for Trifonov. And Trajanowski comes across the face of the field. Does want to lock it in, and he'll find Stambolziev looking for a little flick onto McShane. And Daniel Eccles send that ball across to the left-hand side. Bit of space there for him, and it comes straight back across to the right. Leck. Outdone this time by Sammy Noor. Finds John McShane coming a lot deeper this half. Mitchinson. We'll invite him in again for the second ball. We will see our first substitution for the afternoon. It will be Munez coming off, being replaced by Jareem. So the older statesman gets an early mark. Plenty of youth around him today. He's done quite well just to marshal them around the park. And Stambolziev just couldn't quite find his run. And the play's really slowed down here at Pascoe as they try and just look to assure things here. Tallarico. Forced to go all the way back. Raheny goes back to Feely. And Georgopoulos with a heavy touch. Finds Raheny. Goes to ground, turned over too cheaply in the middle there. Michael Lee just looking to settle it down. And Altona just looking to try and keep the ball where they can. And Michael Lee does turn it over. Does well to win it back. And Raheny just intercepts the pass, and Hatzmaradas has stayed on side. He's got a chance to add to his goals. He's got 2 already. Can he make it a third? He's turned Milanovic inside out. He sends it off for a strike, and it goes way to the left-hand side, almost out for a throw-in. But it will be a goal kick to Altona Magic. Trajanowski. Finds Daniel Leck in the middle there. And Hatzmaradas looking for his third. Great save from Vitakangas. Daniel Leck with the follow-up. Can't quite find it. Now Altona ride another attacking wave. Raheny. Now Marzi does quite well there. Pascoe do get it on the edge of the 18-yard again. Georgopoulos sends it wide. And Trajanowski just looking for a pass that was never on. Pascoe really controlling the gameplay in the later stages here. Don't forget, if you are watching through the Facebook Live platform, you can get your comments coming through. Daniel Leck with the corner. Miss hits it, it goes to the near post. Michael Lee now will just try and send it line. He does find Sammy Nor. And we have got a goal over. We've had 2 goals actually over at Dackland Stadium. Dandenong Thunder currently lead 3-1 over Melbourne Knights. So well and truly with a stranglehold on that playoff position at the moment. Elsewhere, we have had a goal at Port Melbourne as well in favour of the home side. Dandy City still do lead away from home 2-1 over Port Melbourne. And Sammy Nor just searching for a bit of space. He rides a challenge, nothing doing, says the referee. And Raheny will have a lot of space to work with here. And Hatzimaradis does turn and go, and he'll have Milanovic to beat. Gets the edge of the 18, shapes to his right and finds Daniel Leck, who's got some room. He'll play it off, and Daniel Leck puts onto his left foot and killed all time that he had with an open goal. Another chance gone begging for a 3-0 lead. Sammy Nor this time will win the foul in the centre of the park. He'll play it short to Michael Lee. And the pass can't quite connect the way he would have liked. And we will see the first substitution for the afternoon for the Altona Magic. And it will be Sammy Nor. He'll be replaced by George Murray. Came off the bench last week against South Melbourne. Did quite well in his 20-minute spell that he did have. Playing in a similar position this week, coming off the bench. And Sam Mitchinson sends it back. Mitchinson. Force come back to Elmaz. He's got a bit of pressure from Hatzimaradis. And the pressure does force the pass where he didn't want it to go. But lucky for the Magic, it does end up with Milovanovic. Chance will take down the opposite side. And Trajanowski just turns the ball over, and Daniel Leck's got some room to move. And Hatzimaradis will flick it out to the left and look for the follow-up. Daniel Leck does leave it, was in an offside position. And Trifonov will just try and settle it down here. Mitchinson with a little bit of work here, does well to keep it in. Stan Bolziev looks to attack this channel. Murray just turns the ball over. And a bit of a bobble there for Feely. Does well to get it away. I'll try and use this left channel again, and Muri, who'll find some space. We'll try and whip the ball in. A great bit of composure there from the youngster. And again, too, from Tallarico, and Pascoe will have the chance to break. Just happy to settle down, keep it towards the back line. Georgiopoulos coming a lot deeper this half. Raheny. Hatzmaratis just working well with Lek. Scussi's pass. They do well to keep it in. And they send it all the way back. And a bit of pressure here for Feely. We'll send it nice and high. Stays in. Some strong work there from Muri. And he will win his side. A throw in just in front of the Pascoe dugout. And there will be another substitution. Daniel Lek coming off for a bit of an early mark. Replaced by number 10, Jesse Barber. He'll get the remaining minutes of the season. And a few of the players today taking a bit of a heavy touch on this surface. Not one of the best surfaces going around the NPL. The ball goes wide, and Nick Feely will have time to calmly collect that pass. And it will be the substitute. Just trying to get forward. And looks as though he's gone down straight away with an injury. Only been on the park for less than a minute. Jesse Barber. And he doesn't look like he's in a good way there. The coaching staff don't look all too pleased. And the one thing that's going to elude Pascoe here is they've actually made all their substitutions already. So all three have been made. So if he does have to come off, they're going to be down a man. They still hold a 2-0 lead, courtesy of Dimi Hatzmaratis. And Coach Hennessy for Pascoe looks a little disappointed on the sideline here. And by the looks of it, we won't be seeing Jesse Barber again this half. Seems to be holding his hip or his groin. No steps he's taken off aren't too big, so I dare say that's his afternoon done. And he will go straight up the race at Paisley Park, so that is his afternoon done. Pascoe now playing with 10 men. Muri intercepts that pass. And Vitakangas will just send this left to Sammy Mitchinson. Michael Lee with some space. Plays in Muri. Lee just writes challenge of Raheny. Looks for John McShane. And Trifonov has a bit of space, sends it wide to Trajanowski. Try and force the ball into the front post, and does well to win his side a corner. Now Pascoe decided to leave four at the back. gone to a 4-4-1 system. Still got 20 minutes remaining here, so they'll be down to 10, and a chance there for the Magic. Goes back out to Stan Bowles-Ear, who whips it in. Gets caught in the wind, and Bahini will try and meet this one. And Nick Feely will see this out for a goal kick. Another goal coming through from Port Melbourne. Dandenong City with a third away from home, so they've ended their season quite strongly. Dandenong City currently hold a 3-0 win at Port Melbourne. Hume City have also clawed a goal back since the halftime break. So Kingston do still hold a 4-1 win. As it stands, though, will be to ill effect as Dandy Thunder still hold a 3-1 win with 17 minutes plus stoppage time remaining at Daclin Stadium over the Melbourne Knights. Calls for offside, not given, and Michael Lee has some space, goes back out to Trajowski and calls for a handball, and the referee will award that one. And it will be the chance for the Magic to get on the scoreboard again. Their usual penalty taker, Troy Ruthven, the captain, suspended today with 5 yellow cards, so it looks like it will be John McShane stepping up to the plate to add to his goal tallies for the campaign. Some arguments from the assistant, from the Pascoe players to the assistant referee. To be fair, from our vantage point here, it looked clear as day as a handball. And it will be the Scotsman, John McShane, stepping up to take this penalty for the Magic. And you'll find the ball in the back of the net nice and calmly. And it will be the first goal of the afternoon to Altona Magic. Pascoe do still hold a 2-1 lead here at Paisley Park. And it will also give the chance too for a substitution of goalkeepers for Altona Magic. First time we've seen this happen with the Magic this year that was enforced. Be Shane Vitakangas getting an early mark and being replaced by number 40, Rory Curran, from the east side, getting his first taste of senior action this year. Rainey, he'll send this wide. And Tallarico will find the right-hand side. And the ball force long, looking for Hatzimaradis. He's playing as a lone target man now, due to a forced injury from Pascoe. And some strong work there from Paco. Looking for Georgopoulos, can't quite find him now in that pass. Trifonov. Find Bahini. Goes back to Milovanovic. Trifonov just looking to keep it across the back line through Sam Mitchinson. And Michael Lee takes a heavy touch. And a late touch. Referee did spot that one. It will be a Pascoe throw-in. Hatzimaradis does want to lock that ball in. And a heavy touch on this near touch line. Just takes the ball out for a Magic throw-in. And Sam Mitchinson just being caught in the ball there. Screams from his centre-backs about trying to get a switch in. McShane does send it wide now. And Rahini just gets a heavy touch. And a good little ball there from McShane. Equally as well to keep that in from Trajanowski, but it ends up in the hands of Nick Feely. And Pascoe will have a chance to get forward here. Hatzmaratis can't quite meet that one. Mura sends it forward to Lee. He'll go wide. Just under 15 minutes remaining here at Paisley Park. As it stands, Pascoe will be going down to NPL 2 next season. Altona Magic, they already sealed their fate in the top flight next year, and Stan Bolziev will go down. Georgopoulos kicks the ball away, so earns himself a yellow ticket. That's a free kick in a very dangerous position here for Pascoe. Plenty of set piece takers in this Magic lineup. Chance to bring this back to 2 apiece. Got Milovanovic and Stan Bolziev over the ball. Referee just setting the wall. Still have Milovanovic and Stan Bolziev over this one. Referee just sorting out a little bit of handbags in the box. And Stan Bolziev strikes it straight into the hands of Nick Feely, who calmly takes that one. He'll send it wide to Talarico. And El Mazi will just intercept this pass and he'll go forward again. Magic still looking for that second goal of the afternoon. And a great ball through for Trajanowski. He's got plenty of numbers in the box. He puts it across the face and it goes out for a corner. A late touch there at the near post from Pascoe. And Stan Bolziev will be on this set piece again. Ball goes to the near post. Feely gets a punch. And Raheny just sends the ball out. Gives his defence a bit of relief. Trifonov sends it across to Bahini. Spreads it wide out to Stan Bolziev. Comes looking central, finds Bahini again. He'll get the off pass. Milovanovic sends it wide again, a very heavy pass. Not giving Trajanowski too much of a chance to get on the end of that one. And it will be a third and final substitution for the Altona Magic. Coming off number 8, Robert Stan Bolziev. And he'll be replaced by number 27, Anthony Neferoski, seeing his first minutes of senior football in 2019. All the scores around the grounds currently still stand as they were moments ago. Danny Thunder still up 3-1, holding that relegation promotion playoff spot. If it does stay this way, we will see Pascoe and Kingston City relegated to NPL 2 next season. Also worth noting to the Avondale look to have locked in second spot on the ladder. Currently up 2-0 away from home against Bentley Greens. And Heidelberg United, they will take out top spot at the end of the regular season, still up 2-0 in the 75th minute at Lakeside Stadium over their traditional rivals, South Melbourne. Feely sends this one long over the halfway. And an interesting move here from Golozanowski. He's actually sent Liam Melmasi up into a number 10 role. A bit more attacking, and the substitute Neferoski has gone into centre-back to partner Milovanovic. No doubt Liam Melmasi will like playing a bit higher up the park. Has gone a bit wandering a bit further up the field this game. And the substitute does well. They just intercept that pass. Georgopoulos with the follow-up. And he'll go for a strike from distance and hits the top of the net. Not a bad shot there from the youngster. Warwick Curran didn't look too troubled from that one. And the question remains now, looking forward to next season for both sides. How many players do they retain from each squad? Altona being in the top flight. Pascoe going down to NPL 2, though. Won't want to hang around there too long. It's been a very long time since they've been down in NPL 2. And the game really just going through the motions now with 10 minutes remaining. And Georgopoulos just getting in the way of Tallarico there. And the youngsters are doing quite well there just to hold off the players from Pascoe. And Hatzimaradis. Already got 2 goals for the afternoon. Does bring down Bahini. And he'll be one man that would want to look at staying out in the top flight. Won't be with Pascoe next year. But may find a home at a new club in the NPL next season. And Rahini, he'll send this one wide. And Pascoe are really looking to lock things up here. They put 5 across the back, trying to hold on to this 2-1 lead. You never know what can happen in football. As long as they've got the lead here, they've still got 3 points in the bag. Kingston City, they've gone up to a 5th goal, so they currently lead 5-1 away at ABD Stadium. Still, that result won't keep them up in the top flight. Danny Thunder, with 4 minutes remaining at Dackland Stadium, they hold a 3-1 lead over the Melbourne Knights. Bit of a disappointing end to their season. Of course, had a strong FFA Cup run. Lost the Doherty Cup final to Hume. And since then have really been on a downhill slide. Port Melbourne have also got themselves a goal back. They trailed Dandy City 3-2. Avondale, they've got up a third goal, so they lead 3-0, and that would lock up second spot. And Almazi has a chance. And a great late save there from Nick Feely, holding on to this 2-1 lead away from home. Looking to end the season on a positive note. And Michael Lee will whip this one in. Nick Feely, two hands on that ball, and it goes wide and high to Georgopoulos. He's one out. He's got three defenders in front of him. Holds it up. Some good work there from the youngster. And Raheny will send this one back to Georgopoulos. He whipped the ball in, looking for a third. And Almazi's got some space to move, and he sends the ball wide to Trajanowski. McShane finds Almazi. Goes to ground. Referee says it's all ball. And Georgopoulos uses Raheny just to keep it forward, and Raheny's got plenty of time and space now just to keep it. Pascoe looking to hold on to this 2-1 lead. And the ball comes across. Was a ball with no one really in the 18-yard box waiting for it. Bahini continues his forward run, goes to ground, and the referee does this time award a free kick. We'll give the Magic a late chance to get on the score sheet, lock things up here at 2-2. We've got 3 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. And at this time, it looks like it'll be Milovanovic. John McShane over the ball as well. He does leave it, so it will be Dane Milovanovic to have a strike. Lines this up. Goes for top left, and it goes just wide of the post. And Pascoe do hold on to this 2-1 lead. Regardless of the 3 points this afternoon, they will be relegated to the NPL 2 for 2020. As will Kingston City, even holding a 5-1 lead away from home, I should say, at Hume City. Dandenong Thunder, they will lock in the promotion relegation playoff spot against a to-be-determined NPL 2 opponent. The NPL 2 very tight as it stands, both in the east and the west. Almazi working with McShane. Sends the ball wide. And Almazi still fighting for that ball. Bahini a bit too strong in that challenge, and it will be a free kick to Pascoe. Feely will send this one long, and Almazi will go from a strike from distance, and he'll put it into the car park. It's not the first time he's had a strike from distance. Dandenong City, about 6 weeks ago, had a strike from 40 yards out, and that finish, no doubt, will be on his highlight reel for 2019, but that last shot there won't be. Pascoe doing everything they can just to hold on to this 2-1 lead. And Georgopoulos, just with a half-hearted pass there, gets intercepted. Michael Lee finds McShane. Altona looking to get back on the scoreboard. Bahini goes to ground. And Trajanowski riding the challenge again. Some of the Magic fans not too happy on that far side of the challenges coming. Muri. He'll look to whip this one in. Does so. And Talarico will put this out for a corner. Not too long remaining. Stoppage time will be on the way very soon. We will see 3 minutes of stoppage time. So 3 minutes of Pascoe to hold on to this 2-1 lead. A looped in ball from Michael Lee can only find the hands of Nick Feely. Ball sent long looking for Rahini. He'll send the ball wide. Rahini will get on the ball again. And they'll turn it over Pascoe. And Muri's got the chance to go forward here. Bit of space. Can't quite get his touch right. Sends it back to Milovanovic. Calls of release it from Goloznovsky on the sideline. Goes out wide to Trajanowski. He'll look to whip it in. And Elmazi can't beat the hand of Nick Feely. Ball does stay in play. Michael Lee whips it again, but no one in the box in a good position for the Magic. And the ball does go long for Hatzimaradis, who does well to beat his defender. He's all out and he's lonesome. He's got 4 defenders to beat. Now 5. And he sends it with a very smart ball to the right-hand side. And a chance here for Pascoe to get in the score sheet again. And they'll win themselves a corner in stoppage time. Pascoe doing everything they can to hold on to this 2-1 lead. And as we're in stoppage time, where 4th goals come in for Downey Thunder, they have definitely sealed their spot in the promotion relegation playoff. That, of course, will be held Sunday, September 15 at Amy Park. 3 big games, plenty of action of football that day at Amy Park. Get your tickets through ticketek.com.au if you want to get along to that one. Of course, we've got the promotion relegation playoff for a spot in the top flight next year. And we've got the Women's NPL Grand Final and, of course, the big show between... Well, we don't know who that's going to be between yet, but it's going to be the NPL Grand Final for 2019. You'd be a very game person to pick who it could be, even this early on in the month. One last chance here for Altona to get forward. Mura will get in the ball. He'll work in with Trifonov. Mura will get the ball back again. He'll use Elmazi and can't quite find him. Pascoe just knocked the ball out. Really looking to hold on to this 2-1 lead. And it is full time at Dackland Stadium. Dandenong Thunder have sealed their fate in the promotion relegation playoff happening Sunday, September 15. So they've got a big couple of weeks ahead of them. No doubt they want to remain in the top flight next year. Full time across the West Gate from us two. Dandy City have beaten Port Melbourne 3-2. Avondale still hold on to a 3-0 lead over Bentley Greens away at Kingston Heath. Kingston City, they still hold their 5-1 lead at ABD Stadium, but they too will join Pascoe next year in NPL 2 as the 2 relegated sides. And that does wrap up the regular season for 2019 in the NPL Victoria. Round 26, it is a 2-1 win to the now relegated Pascoe away side over the home side Altona Magic. It was a pretty cagey affair, but we now know where things stand. There is a big couple of weeks of finals action, and make sure you do join us next weekend when the finals do kick off in the NPL Victoria. Some big clashes, some big clubs remain to fight out for a spot to be crowned champions of the NPL Victoria for 2019. My name is Bryce Ruthven. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage this afternoon. We'll catch you next weekend for finals action in the NPL Victoria.